As we reach the final weeks of 2025, thousands of families, workers, and applicants are asking the same question every single day. After a year filled with delays, sudden slowdowns, and moments of unexpected progress, where do green card processing times really stand right now? And more importantly, what should you realistically expect when 2026 begins? For many people, this isn't just curiosity. It's about reunification, job stability, travel plans, and life decisions that have been on hold for far too long. And as the year closes, the picture is becoming clearer, even if the answers are not as simple as anyone would like. In this video, we'll take a clear and honest look at green card processing times at the end of 2025, what has actually improved, what remains slow, and whether 2026 is shaping up to be faster or even more challenging for applicants. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now, let's get into the video. By late 2025, green card processing has settled into a pattern that many applicants now recognize. USCIS has made progress in certain areas, but that progress has been uneven. Some family-based cases, especially those involving immediate relatives of U.S. citizens, finally began moving again after long periods of silence. Applicants who filed I-30 petitions in 2024 and early 2025 started seeing approvals, interview scheduling, and even interview waivers in a small number of cases. For families who have been separated for years, these movements have felt like a long-awaited breath of air. At the same time, many other applicants remain stuck. Family preference categories continue to face long waits due to visa number limits, and the visa bulletin has shown only limited movement throughout the second half of the year. Even when USCIS completes its part of the process, applicants often find themselves waiting at the NVC or for consular interview slots at embassies that are still struggling with staffing shortages and heavy demand. So, while some cases are moving faster, others are experiencing delays that feel just as frustrating as they did at the start of the year. Employment-based green card processing has followed a similar pattern. In late 2025, USCIS cleared a noticeable number of adjustment of status cases, particularly where priority dates were current and documentation was complete. Some applicants saw approvals arrive faster than expected, especially toward the end of the fiscal year, but backlogs remain significant in categories like EB2 and EB3. And for many applicants from high-demand countries, progress has been slow and unpredictable. The reality is that processing speed often depends less on effort and more on visa availability and internal workload balancing. Another factor shaping the end of 2025 has been USCIS policy enforcement. Over the past several months, officers have applied stricter standards when reviewing green card applications. Missing documents, outdated forms, or incomplete financial evidence are now more likely to result in immediate denials rather than requests for evidence. This approach has reduced back-and-forth processing, but has also increased the stakes for applicants. Cases that are prepared carefully can move faster, but even small mistakes can cause major setbacks. At the National Visa Center, there has been some cautious improvement. Document review times are, honestly, shorter than they were earlier in the year, and more cases are reaching documentarily qualified status. Some embassies have also expanded interview capacity toward the end of 2025, allowing additional cases to move forward before the new year. Still, consular processing remains one of the biggest bottlenecks in the system. Applicants in countries with high demand continue to wait months or even years for interviews, and administrative processing remains unpredictable. As people look toward 2026, the question becomes whether these patterns will improve or worsen. On one hand, there are reasons for cautious optimism. USCIS has invested heavily in digital systems, internal restructuring, and workload redistribution. If these changes stabilize, some categories could see more predictable timelines. The agency has also signaled that reducing long pending cases is a priority going into the new year, which could benefit applicants who have already been waiting for extended periods. On the other hand, there are clear challenges ahead. New USCIS fee increases take effect in early 2026, and historically, fee changes lead to filing surges followed by slowdowns. Policy shifts under the Trump administration also point towards stricter review standards, increased scrutiny of family-based cases, and tighter financial requirements for sponsors. These factors could slow processing for some applicants, even if overall case numbers decline slightly. The Visa Bulletin will continue to play a central role in determining whether 2026 feels faster or slower. Without legislative changes to visa caps, movement in family preference and employment-based categories is likely to remain gradual. Even if USCIS works faster internally, visa number limits will still control when applicants can move forward. For many families, this means patience will still be required regardless of improvements in processing efficiency. For applicants inside the United States, 2026 may bring mixed experiences. Those with strong, well-documented cases could benefit from streamlined processing and fewer delays. But those with complex histories, financial challenges, or missing documentation may face tougher reviews and longer waits. For applicants abroad, the pace of consular processing will depend heavily on embassy staffing, security checks, and global demand, factors that, honestly, often change slowly. As 2025 comes to a close, one thing is clear: green card processing is not frozen, but it is not fully recovered either. The system is moving, sometimes forward, sometimes sideways, and occasionally backward. For applicants, the best preparation for 2026 is careful planning, accurate filings, and realistic expectations. Understanding where your case fits within the broader system can help reduce frustration and avoid unnecessary delays. Looking ahead, 2026 is unlikely to bring dramatic overnight improvements, but it may offer steadier progress for some categories. For others, the wait will continue, shaped by visa limits, policy enforcement, and global demand. Staying informed, staying prepared, and responding quickly to USCIS or NVC requests will remain the most important steps for anyone navigating the green card process. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas.